Hey guys, well today we're going to be looking at the IRC GP110. This is a tire I picked up locally, waiting for my replacement for the Mifo Explorer. If you haven't seen that video, I've got a couple of that and an update on that since then. But I had kind of some big trips planned, and this tire looking at here has got just over 4,000 miles, and that's on a KLR 650 loaded with luggage. I took a trip from Central Oregon to basically Squamish area, British Columbia. From Squamish, British Columbia, all the way down to Death Valley, and Death Valley kind of up the middle of California back to Central Oregon, and then a small trip from Central Oregon to Chico back to Central Oregon, and then of course a lot of in between. This is probably, I would say, 40% off-road and 60 on-road. Generally, I do more off-roading. I'm pretty close to almost the reverse of that, where I only do about 40% on-road and 60% off-road. However, I had some long slab sections where I really had to make up time. And if you have seen my rattlesnake video series, you know that. And then all my Death Valley videos are on my motorcycle trip playlist. So you can kind of see what I was going through real close to winter. One thing that really surprised me about this tire is, as you can see, the continuous tread down the center of these overlapping lugs here is kind of a really interesting design. So literally, if you've got these up pretty good pressure, you have a very easy rolling tire. Almost continuous tread down the center of those. And I know a lot of you don't care for the center tread stripes of like the Heidenau K60, and you've got off-road performance. Coming over to the side lugs here, you can see again about 45 degrees as they come up, and you can see where the dirt wear line is. So, you know, for the most part, with luggage and everything, I'm not really dragging knees in the corner of the KLR. You can see good corner side contact here. Now the gaps do increase, and the road noise increases quite a bit. And you can see there's a little stress in there, but these aren't nearly as bad as the Mifo were. These stresses are, you know, quite mild and over a long period of time here. But you get very little road noise when you're on that center, and as soon as you start turning in, you will hear a little bit of a howling. But it's much better than, say, like a Dunlop 606, or even my preferred, which is the Pirelli MT21, the Rallycross they call it. Those are going to have a bigger howl no matter what you do, because there's just too much of a gap between the main lugs. You know, considering this a 90-10, so basically 90% on-road, 10% off-road, which I don't quite see where they're getting that. As far as this, I mean, most 90-10s are practically a street tire and do not have the lugs that this thing has. But again, nice rounded Carcass design, so pretty easy to flick into the corners. Never felt unsure about it. If you guys have watched those series that I was just talking about, where I was using these tires, you know I went through, you know, every possible weather, from obviously hot weather down in Death Valley to the rainy and snow in the passes, very icy conditions at times, and no issues with that. So honestly, I was only expecting about 3,000 miles out of these, from what I was told by my local guy. And getting 4 here, and definitely got much more traveling to do on-road if I needed to. But we are going to be switching these out because the off-road performance definitely starts losing a little bit on here. Now, if you air this down, you're still not going to be able to grab some of these side lugs like you will as easily as flatter profile like the MT21s. But I've been very impressed. For you guys that are even commuting and treating your KLR as more of a 50-50 machine, I was very happy with these. The rubber was good. I like the traction it had. It's very good on-road, off-road manners. Because I wear ear protection, really the howling wasn't an issue. I did notice it a couple times where I thought maybe, you know, I should probably have these balanced where, you know, I had kind of a weird vibration, but that wore out really quickly after I started, you know, going down the highway. That was just maybe the first 100 miles I had some strange little vibrations, but those all went away. All right, you're now looking at the front tire. Definitely you can see nearly identical tread design, overlap in the center, and then as soon as you start turning in, you're going to get that little side contact. You can see, again, about the same distance of on-road turning in compared to the off-road marks, but this guy's got plenty of tread still on it, and we're going to keep that on the front for a little while. Alright, so who is the IRPG? Who's thinking about fire season? This guy is, even though I'm not going to be on fire season because of my knee. IRC GP110. Who is that tire for? So, like a lot of 50/50 tires, the deep soft sand that I get here in Central Oregon, we just got a bunch of rain and it's already just dried up. Super soft, sandy in the corners. If you air it down though, I find it's an extremely soft Carcass. Put in a quick picture of the flex of the Carcass off the tire. Really flexible. So you put it down to 25, even 20, and you're gonna have a pretty good hookup. It's still gonna wander a bit on some of the deeper gravel. Some of the Central Oregon roads towards the mountains have been freshly graded with deep gravel, and there's not enough traffic on them yet to help pack that down. So right now the whole road is just washy. You know, the handlebars are twitching back and forth. So I don't know any 50/50 tire is going to be more ideal for, say, like deep sand and mud was another one. You know, it's a fairly rounded tire. You start getting in some slippery stuff and you're going to have to weight that front tire or just slow down a little bit. That's every 50/50 tire has compromises. Every tire has a compromise. You know, what are the compromises you want to look for? Getting good cornering, good side grip. I'm in the dirt. I was very happy with it. I would look into these tires if you guys are looking for another option for 50/50.